Hi everybody, it's Dr. Francine from the Chiropractic Center, where we really care about you and your success. And today I thought I'd share with you how to do some foam rolling. So the first thing we want to do is how to choose your foam rollers. This is the equipment we're going to need for today. You're going to need your foam roller. You notice this one is a smooth roller and this one is a bumpy roller. Some people prefer a little bit more pressure, and this will be a little bit more of an aggressive roll if you're used to it. This is also has a pipe, so if you're a little bit heavier guy, you might want to use a roller that has reinforcement. I played hockey last night, so I'm going to choose the smoother roller for the video. And this is a lacrosse ball, and my daughter many years ago drew this happy face on it for me, and it reminds me to be grateful every time I use it. So those are the pieces of equipment that we're going to need for today. So today we're going to do all things lower body. So we're going to start with our feet. And if you have plantar fasciitis, this is a great way to roll them out. So all you do is just roll your fascia or your arches. You're going to roll from your heel all the way to your kind of to the ball of your foot, and just roll back and forth. You don't want to be really pushing too hard on that one. And that's a great way to roll your feet. The next part of the lower body, or the legs we're going to roll, is the side of your legs here. So if you just, again, use the lacrosse ball, and you'll always want to do both sides, but for the sake of the video, I'm only going to do one. You can even apply a little bit more pressure. So you see, I'm just kind of going along the side of my leg up to my knee. You don't really want to ever roll over a joint. That's really important as well. And before you start any of these exercises, make sure that you check with your healthcare provider to make sure that these rolling exercises are right for you. The next part of the body we're going to look at rolling would be your calf muscles. So you can start off by using both legs, and you just literally roll back and forth like this. If you've had any history of blood clots or anything like that, or you're on medication, again, make sure you check with your healthcare provider. But for most people, this is quite safe. If you want to do it with your toes pointed, get a little bit more pressure, heels up, you'll feel that that's not as much pressure. If you really want to get more pressure, you can roll by you're crossing one leg over the other, and then you can also point your toes. And make sure that you customize this. You're going to find some of the areas are going to be a little bit more tender, so you can kind of just slow down and rock back and forth, doing little motions over those areas, and then you can do a more global rolling maneuver as well over the entire muscle. The next muscle we're going to work on is our hamstrings. So again, you're going to do two legs, and you're going to go all the way from your glute muscles or your bum muscles all the way down to your knees, and then back up again. You can again cross your leg over, and you know, I like to kind of roll. I rock back and forth. I go from the inside to the outside, and you really want to customize that for you, because everybody's going to be a little bit different. Nobody's the same. Then you can move it into your glute muscles. And a lot of the times, if you have plantar fasciitis, or if you have any trouble with your feet, sometimes your pelvis is out of alignment, so you might want to get that checked to make sure that's in alignment. Or you also want to check and roll your glutes, because one side might be tighter than the other. I like to kind of lean more on one side. I'll do one glute muscle, and I'll lean and I'll rotate over, and then I'll do the other side. So everybody is a little bit different again. Okay. Do that. Some people like to use the lacrosse ball too. I particularly like this. So you can even lay down and put the lacrosse ball right under your glute muscle. You can go right up along the hip there. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm a little higher up here, and go right along the crest, and then come back down. The next part of the lower body that we should talk about is our IT bands. So a lot of people will roll their IT bands. Now, there's some controversy out there, roll, not roll. I think the most important thing, I have seen success with people rolling on your IT band. So to support your body, if it's really hard at first, just make sure you don't go over the hip and you don't go over the knee joint, and just stay in the middle, and you'll find an area that's a little bit more tender. You can roll over that. If you really think that you can handle doing a little bit more pressure, you can put your 2 feet together. Again, don't overdo. I think if you overdo anything, it's not good for the body, but if you do a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. But make sure that you get your alignment checked, and make sure that you strengthen your muscles, because if you're getting constantly a problem with tightness in your IT bands, then there's probably something else going on. So I think we've covered everything lower body. Stay tuned because I will do another video as well where we'll look at the spine and then we'll look at the upper body as well. I hope that you found that all the information here very helpful. And remember, everything you do every single day, all these little changes add up to big changes in the end. And until next time, let your healing begin.